Lovely.
Thank you. Ara is a grand strategy game where you basically are taking a nation from the very dawn of time, 6000 BC, dawn of humanity, and nurturing these people and building it up through the ages to the future age. You are learning technologies, unlocking new kinds of buildings, taking care of your people's happiness, their wealth, and all these different things until the future age, and then hopefully, winning the game at that point. When we began Ara way back in the day, one of the very first things we did was really approach designing this title with the music in mind. It wasn't an afterthought. We weren't like, oh no, we need to go find audio. It was really from the ground up, how will music help to enhance the player's experience and really key them into the emotive state of what's happening currently in the game.
I feel that we've created something that's uniquely interactive, especially for a 4X strategy title. We take actual data from the game and use that to drive the musical experience.
Music and audio in general is very important to Oxide as a culture. So often you see in these games where people turn the music off because they've heard the same song over and over again and it gets dull and boring, and that's sad because audio has a really unique way to really connect with people emotionally and really get them invested and immersed in an experience that they're in. And when you lose that audio, you're losing so much emotive power for the player. So I really wanted to make sure from the very beginning that music was deeply incorporated into how the game was designed.
All the cues were recorded in 5 different layers, and it wasn't as simple as, all right, now we're going to do the strings or now the brass and the winds. Every layer has a mix of all kinds of different instruments because we didn't want it to just feel like unnaturally separated. We wanted each layer to be able to stand on its own. One of the goals with this soundtrack was to try to replace all that sampled music with live instrument playing, and we did that. And I'm really proud of that fact, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is as you play, the game is tracking what you're doing, your choices are impacting the world, the map, your opponents, and the music manager is actually also then pinging this data into the actual soundtrack where it's turning different layers on, turning different instruments on and off, and then also switching seamlessly between these different themes. So as you're playing, you will never hear the same soundscape because you're never going to be taking the same actions from turn to turn. So it is this really, truly dynamic, unique experience that does mirror your gameplay and hopefully the player's actual emotive state in the moment as well.
Absolutely. I wanted to try something new in the way of interactive music. We wanted it to be completely data-driven and new every playthrough.
We also remember you employed these things which you coined verticals. So it isn't like it's just sound effects like binks and bonks and clicks. So when you mouse around and do things, you actually have sounds that are musical in nature, like little motifs that will pop up and then interact with the music.
Yeah, exactly. That's another interactive feature of the soundtrack. There are a very diverse number of types of instruments from all over the world and from all different time periods, ancient to modern, We looked for instruments from every time period and culture that we could think of. Nothing was off limits. We actively searched to include as much as we possibly could. If for no other reason, for the vast variety of sounds. I think there's something that's unique in the music that is a merging of cultures, and so that was something that was very conscious.
We really are trying to push the boundaries on what can be done now in games and really trying to make a new experience.
I'm really happy with how it turned out. The other thing that I'm truly proud of, even though I didn't really have much to do with it, is just the look of the game, the living world, and how we were able to integrate audio into that is just something really special.